Going live, and it says we're live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as Janima.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 364.
Awesome.
Yeah. my youngest, Quentin, was commenting. He's like, Mom, like what, how come all of the trees are like white and pink? They're all budding, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I think the trees are trying to get caught up because it was like 30 degrees and then it was 90 degrees. So they were like, all of them are budding at the same time, right? Like it like kicked it into like spring mode, all of them at the same time. Whereas like maybe in the past, we would have gotten like some budding here and some budding here. Mm-hmm. No, now it's like all at once.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so I feel for those who have seasonal allergies, I guess. All of that to say.
Yeah, I know.
My eyes were itchy, and somebody was commenting like, "Oh, yeah, it's kind of that season." I was like, "Yeah, I guess." Or maybe I just need to put new contacts in. Claire, Christina, Cheryl, Laura, Pat are all online. Hello,
hey,
hello. Claire says it's one of the hottest days by far. Where she's at.
So it kind of cooled off for us.
Yeah, I know. We're both you're wearing a long sleeve and I'm wearing a sweater. I'm like, one last go round for this one before it gets put away for the season, I guess.
Yep, for sure. You'll be wearing it again before the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, it won't be put away for long, not here in Minnesota. Well, as far as administrati goes, we have the musical KAL ongoing. We have the ZK KAL ongoing, which is again by category, and there's some like awesome opportunities / prizes with each of those categories. So I don't know, have we talked? I feel like we didn't really do it justice other than like an email was coming about the KAL. Did we talk about it here or did I just forget?
No, I don't think we did. Or if we did, we both forgot.
Okay. Woo, one of us needs to remember.
Sorry, busy.
Yes. Do you want to kick it off?
Oh, sure. So we're doing a fair theme, as you might know, for the zombie apocalypse. So our KAL is so that you can submit a fair for prizes. So, and we're going to have voting online and in person. So the categories are shawl, sweater, socks, and stuffy. Mm-hmm. And now I'm feeling like we did talk about this, but there'll be a People's Choice Award and I'm not even sure what I called it, but kind of like a judge's choice. Megan and I will be picking a winner along with the People's Choice Award. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so there'll be prizes associated with that. And I don't know how much of it we want to be a surprise or not.
Okay. I knew we had touched on the categories, but maybe we hadn't talked about the voting.
Okay. Yeah. Well, be prepared to bring your object with you to the zombie apocalypse for additional voting opportunities. There will be an online vote to help, facilitate counting the votes. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we're excited to see what everybody has planned. I have a sweater and then I wanted another sweater. So I don't know. I might only end up with a sweater and a stuffy by the end, but you can do one from each category. And yeah, 4 opportunities to enter and win.
Excellent. And lots of stuff going on for ZK with us in the background. So, be looking here shortly for the 5K to predict your time kind of registration, as well as your badge, entering what you're going to put in for your what you'd like on your badge. This year we're including pronouns for your personal pronouns, and then also kind of that physical distancing as well. So there's some new things, as well as putting in your image that you'd like to have on your badge. So all of that to help us prep for you coming and picking up your badge and walking around sporting it in Rochester, Minnesota. So
Yep.
super
Yep.
exciting there.
I have been asking our generous and wonderful community for prizes for sponsorships. So if you know of somebody and you wanted to send them our way, we would love to hear from anybody out there. Maybe you have a new dyer or a new bag maker that wants to get their name out there. We would love to hear from them. And yeah, I invited a few people off of the wait list because we've had a few weddings come up, and you know, some people have had some exciting reasons to not join us. And yeah, so I'm just trying to backfill some of those spots off the wait list. Not quite into the ones that joined the wait list this year, but we might get there.
Cheryl in the comments asked if there will be an excursion this year, and it's kind of like an excursion because we're going to have the yarn truck rodeo on Friday and a shuttle that will take you down there and back, or maybe you can walk one way and take the shuttle back, but it'll be doing circles, right, Amy?
Yeah. No specific, you know, extra pay type of excursion this year. Just trying to simplify, and I'm not sure. I mean, we could certainly get back there, but I know after COVID planning, that was kind of hard, just space availability for the distancing requirements. And then this year, yeah, it just came on pretty fast. So yeah, the thing that we decided to do was the Friday additional shopping opportunity with our yarn trucks, and getting over to Panakuchen in style, I guess.
Yeah. Excellent. All right, I'm trying to think if there's anything else DK related. Did schedule out that we're going to be watching as a group. I scheduled a movie night, not this Friday, but the Friday before Memorial Day weekend, which is often fun because we can then we can keep that Zoom open the whole 4 days, right? If we've got a Friday event. So we're going to be watching Moulin Rouge because we can. And super excited about that. It's been a while since I've watched it. I may or may not be on mute singing along. Maybe Megan sing along Moulin Rouge. If that's something that interests you, super fun. And then, yeah, just wanted to give a general shout out that it's publicly available. Our chat this weekend with this past weekend with the Knit Strip gals, just loved their energy, loved everything that they had to say. I felt like I could have chatted with them that the whole day about interactive knitting and kind of their love of and what they poured into that book. It's so much more than what's on the surface as far as it being a comic strip knitting book. So yeah, super great. If you haven't already, please go check it out and get the book because it's pretty amazing. Just again, even if it's just like if it's to, you know, hand to a budding new, you know, crafting enthusiast, right? And be like, hey, look at, this is something that you could do, or, you know, I just feel like it appeals to an audience that's maybe a little wider than the typical knitting audience. So yeah, they were great. It was so great. It was such a great conversation.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited for everybody to be able to check that out.
Yeah,
it was
I suggested it for the Rochester Public Library, and I think somebody must have already suggested it because they were like, it's already available. And I'm like, well, it's not. So it was kind of a confusing recommendation, but the Rochester Public Library may have one in short order. So
okay.
Yep. Super fun event. Thank you again to Karen and Alice. They were amazing. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All right, are you ready? Any other administrati?
I really can't think of anything, but of course I've been really busy.
Yes, same.
And right now I have in my vision some things happening that I'm wondering if I need to check on. So I'm distracted, but I'll start with my party top. I am on the ribbing at the bottom, so you can kind of see that beautiful colorway from Mitchell's Creations. It's called Magazine.
So pretty.
But, yep. And the party top is a really cute crop. It's super simple. It's got like eyelet details in the sleeve, but otherwise very basic raglan. I don't know. I think it fits really wonderful, especially with dresses. And I plan to wear this at Zombie Knit Apocalypse, maybe on market day, so that I can show off this beautiful yarn. And then my next project.
Is that your second one of those party tops? Yeah. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was the second or third. I know you've gone all in on crop.
Yeah, I have a lot of crops, but yes, this is only my second party top. And my first one was in Lullaby.
Got it.
But speaking of vendors, I have my Gems Luxe that I bought last year.
Yeah.
On and making that Velocore. Okay, the Velocore. So yeah, I decided to put some leftover what's the wool mice yarn. It's a really deep purple, but still quite bright. With these moody colors from Gems Luxe.
So pretty.
Yeah, so I think that'll be really fun. Oh, shoot. I just let a bunch of stitches drop off of the needle.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, I know that there's at least 4 more repeats of this before I do anything else. So this is going to be just kind of one of those sit and knit projects.
Did you do the recommended positive ease? Because again, I feel like mine, I didn't. And then I got up to the sleeves and I was like, oh, this is like most of the extra positive ease in the body is to like create like a sleeve, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
I at least did the minimum of the range for the positive ease. Yeah.
Okay, cool. It'll be interesting to see. I ended up casting on some stitches for the sleeves because I was like, oh, I thought I was smarter than you. I did not take into account that it was just adding a little ribbing on the edge, right? So it would have ended up as like a tank top versus a top. So without the body positive ease, creating the little sleevelet.
Yep. No, I'm pretty sure this is going to be quite, especially if I get a chance to block it. So
is the yellow Gems Luxe as well? Or I'm trying to. I feel like I recognize that purple and the yellow as like from a previous project, but maybe not. Maybe just purple.
The yellow was bought specifically for this sweater with from Gems Luxe. So with this sweater in mind. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe it's just you do a fair amount of yellow and purple together, right?
Well, I don't think that my mustardy yellows have any purple in them, but I do a lot of these mustard yellows.
Okay.
Lots and lots and lots. Okay. Like I was just going through my closet the other day. Yeah, there's a lot of that color family in there.
Yeah. Just like me saying I've knit, or my husband commenting that I've made. Didn't you just make a green sweater? Yes. Always yes.
Didn't you just make a green and blue sweater? And then I have already shown these, but these are the lovely Show Me yarns. Color.
That was like an Irish colorway, right? Like a St. Patrick's Day.
It's zombie.
Okay.
Some sort of zombie colorway.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was something to do with anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that it was like we had one that was Camp ZK or something. That's not that one, but I think it was more for the podcast. It was a zombie.
Like self-striping KAL.
Yeah, something like that.
Cool.
I'd have to double
Maybe it
check.
came out around St. Patrick's Day.
She really wants it to be St. Patty's Day.
I do. I want it to be St. Patrick's, but it's kind of reminiscent of the sweater I'm wearing with the pinks and the greens and we're like,
very similar. Yeah, very similar. I'm gonna put my sweater down so I don't drop any more stitches on it and just knit on myself.
Well, I am. So again, I feel like Karen on Saturday came up with a new to me term, chain knitting, kind of like chain smoking. She said it multiple times. I don't know that, maybe I've heard it, but I hadn't heard it recently. And it really resonated with me because I'm like, that's what I'm doing. So I'm making Musselburgh hats this is actually a brand new skein of yarn. So I picked out some Leading Men Fiber Arts in the Independent Will colorway. And then I have some leftovers from, this is the Malabrigo Finito that I've got some leftovers with. And so I'm doing my thing with striping. It's really subtle on this colorway. I think when it's the opposite, when it's not the Leading Men Fiber Arts, but it's when it's the blue and then I'm striping in the Leading Men Fiber Arts, it'll be a lot more obvious. But that's kind of the fun of it as well, right? Like it's kind of, it's something interesting to do. If you really look at it, you can see the stripes, but like from afar, it just kind of looks like a patterning, right? And I'm rocking that in the round in all my meetings. Recently added, and again, that's just like one gets cast off or one gets cinched up at the end and another one immediately gets put on the needles. I've got my Hokey bucket bag full of yarns here that I'm just kind of grabbing two that go together and then the next one and the next one. I don't, so achievement unlocked. I no longer have to look at the pinhole cast on. I can do that from memory, which is just like a circular kind of cinch of the stitches to begin here. So I feel like you could do a normal cast on and then use the tail to kind of cinch them together as well, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool effect there. For the ZKKAL, and also because I've wandered into some moodier, darker colors, I wanted to do something bright. This is Lavender Loon in the Poolside Martini colorway, which is kind of vintage Lavender Loon. I'm going to be making some socks for the ZKKAL with this. Haven't decided what I'm going to do, which sock pattern I'm going to do. But it will definitely be one of our designers and or my own, or throw in my OMG heel. So that's needle adjacent. And I also had sitting, this is Leading Men Fiber Arts. So this is needle adjacent stuff. This is Leading Men Fiber Arts. I feel like it's the long stocking colorway on their BFL base. And I had sitting, sorry, complete sentences would be fabulous, right? Had sitting there the Eat, Sleep, Knit yarns that they sent. So this is the Cicero, which is linen and silk and wool. And I'm going to do Romy's essential bucket hat, holding, depending on kind of like the interactive knitting that we were chatting about this weekend, like 2 strands of this and 2 strands of this. This is like a sport / DK, and this is a fingering, and holding a bunch of strands together to make that bucket hat, because I believe it's a super bulky.
Oh, wow.
That's written for. So depending on how I get gauge, and then I've got the pattern queued up here. Just
oh, cute.
Yeah, so it'll be fun, kind of summery because of the linen. And I liked these 2 colors together. So that recently got needle adjacent. If I ever get out of my chain knitting, my Musselburgh hats, And then my Tunisian crochet top that I had kind of chatted about or kind of previewed before, it was net or Tunisian crocheted on the bias, right? So I was expanding until I got here, and then working kind of alternating stripe sections and this highly textured. I decided to that I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted the V up at the top or the V at the bottom. So I mismatched, or I flip-flopped them. So you can see I recently added kind of a faux ribbing down at the bottom of this one. So I can flip it around. I'm going to end up seaming the shoulders and seaming the sides together, and then adding a sleeve. But that's as far as this has gotten, and this is just all kind of from Megan's mind. I like looking at it now. I'm like, oh, I kind of like the V up at the top, but this is fun too. So I'll be able to flip it around and wear one with the V at the top or not, depending, I guess, on. Well, no, it'll be universal because I didn't make one side more shallow for the front versus the back. And yeah, just really kind of had some fun with Tunisian crocheting on the bias, creating some pieces that I'm going to slap together or seam together. They won't be slapped. And add a little bit of a sleeve here. And this is fingering weight on a very large, I think it's like a E hook, 10 or 6 millimeters, I think. I don't know if that's E or not. G, okay. A G hook. So super light and airy. I mean, I know that Tunisian crochet can be very dense, but I guess maybe, can you see the light through it? I can see you through it. So super light and airy as far as fingering weight on a very, very large hook, with some of this textured, and yeah, these were left over from my mist. So you can tell how much extra I had in my sweater quantity versus my top. So this is.
Well, now I'm wondering if G is the right one, because G is, I don't think of G as big. So.
Well, again.
J is pretty big.
Yeah. It'll be eventually in the project notes. Right now, it's just kind of, I don't know, I'm just super loving like the juxtaposition here of the Tunisian knit stitch and the simple Tunisian, and then, you know, those same stitches and the texture that's created there, but also on the bias, right? So that's kind of fun. Just, yeah, really enjoying kind of being playful with Tunisian crochet, and using my hooks that I ordered. So
cool.
Pat says she's using G for her mosaic crochet blanket. So
now if we can just get that to millimeters.
Yeah. But yeah, so just a lot of planning here, and then mostly just kind of, you know, working on things as I'm in meetings. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I haven't really been knitting much. I think life has been just a little too busy. I get a couple hours in at the end of the evening, you know, end of the day, but I wish I was making more progress. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think that's kind of universal just on everything, right? Like, I wish I was making more progress at work. I wish I was making more progress everywhere, right?
Absolutely.
We have a finite amount of effort that we can give, and we are limited.
Yes, very true. But I think this party top is going to zoom right off the needles, and then I will be able to focus on the other one, and then I think the excitement of having it at the end will get me there, because I love the colors, and I love the colors. Can't wait to try it on. So anyway, that's all I had.
Yeah, I'm excited to have my piece make it like actually look like a piece. I think that's part of when I first started crafting was the seamless kind of everything was seamless, right? And so you kind of tried it on as you went and whatever. And so this seamed world of not necessarily knit or Tunisian crocheting everything in the round, but as a flat piece, which is awesome because again, it zooms, right? There's no flipping it. It's all the right side. It's awesome, right? I think individually, each one of these pieces did not take a great deal of time. It's just now going to take me forever to seam together. So,
yeah.
Oh, G Ravelry says G is 4 millimeters. So
okay. I was thinking that was a little small. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 millimeters must be in the
J range.
F. Yeah.
No, it goes up.
G H. Maybe it's H I J. Yeah. Maybe I. I sounds anyway.
We could speculate all day.
And it would be so entertaining, right?
No.
All right. Well, yeah, again, beautiful whips. Can't wait to see them become FOs. And please join us in our adventures with the KALs. And thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, Ufta.